I was lying down on the bed around 1 a.m. Scorpion came. When I ate the food and I was throwing up, vomiting black things, brought food, rushed to me. Mercy, say no, I'm not gonna let you go. I'm not gonna let you slip away. You don't have to be afraid. Mercy, say no. Soon I'm gonna take control. Life and death to face to face. Darkness tried to steal my life away. Thank you, Jesus. Mercy, say no. Mercy said no, that I'm going to live to testify to the goodness of the Lord. And I know nothing is going to weigh me down. Do you know what it means to have 2 times scorpion stung you? Do you know what it means to be fed spiritually and physically, almost physically poisoned food? Do you know what it means to be attacked? I experienced all that. Do you know what it means to ask yourself, are you taking the right decision? After the warning, do not marry a Edo State man, and you decided to go ahead to marry him because of love, and you're facing all this battle in less than 2 months in marriage. So hello my lovely people, you're welcome back once again to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, this is Tina Isoa. I'm a YouTuber based in Owerri, Nigeria. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider clicking on the red subscribe button and join this family. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload any video you get notified, and at the same time smash the like button, okay? So this is a story time video. It's actually coming late. Yeah, we celebrated our 10th anniversary in marriage. 10 years in marriage last month, being November 5th, and I was sharing some content. This video was supposed to come up then, plus the Q&A with my husband, which we haven't filmed up until this time. I don't know when that one will come. We'll have series of Q&A questions we got. We're yet to film it. So this particular one was supposed to come up then, but because there wasn't time for me to film it, hence better late than never. I want to share with you guys the challenges I faced in less than 2 months of my marriage. Challenges that could have taken either my life, that could have taken me away from the marriage, and a lot of things, okay? In case if you don't know, I am Igbo by birth and I'm married to an Edo State man. So in almost every marriage in African home, parents will always say, no, I don't want you to go to that place. No, both ways, either from the male side, and mostly when it has to do with intertribal marriage. Meanwhile, we are saying we are not racist. I don't know what we are doing if we cannot let our children marry whoever they want, not because she's Igbo, not because she's Edo, she's Yoruba and stuff like that. A lot of all these whole things do happen in our homes these days. But what I'm here to share with you guys is how God spared my life the first 2 months of my marriage, okay? I got married on the 5th of November, and by God's grace, we wedded in Delta State, Warri precisely. So our honeymoon, because my husband took leave during our traditional marriage, so there wasn't leave for him during the honeymoon, so we returned back to base, which is Owerri, to do our honeymoon here. So I never knew that enemies had plans for themselves, but victory is mine, okay? So the first thing was that my husband is one of those people that believe that or was saying prior to our wedding that he doesn't want a situation whereby we give birth and going to start having kids immediately. So but a few days before our wedding, I reminded him of the statement. I said if he meant it, please he should withdraw it, because I want to go into having kids like a true African woman that I am. And he withdrew the statement. We prayed about it and he withdrew the statement. So on my wedding day, I was actually menstruating, and I felt that, okay, after menses comes pregnancy, After 2 weeks, I had my ovulation, which is normally calculated. You start calculating and stuff like that. So after a few days after the 14th day, I fell ill. I was like, could it be that I'm pregnant? Could Could it be that the thing I've entered? Behold, I was just, I was just pampering myself, feeling the vibes of being a happy, newly married woman. But I never knew that it wasn't just that. So the first thing that happened to me was that I fell ill. Much later, a few weeks after my marriage, I went to hospital. They did blood tests. It wasn't pregnancy, rather it was malaria. So the doctor gave me drugs. The drug he gave me, I don't know. I don't know if I've taken it before, but I never knew I was reacting to the drug. So they gave me anti-malaria drug. I think the name of that drug is Wintrop. I took it. I came back to the house. I was taking it, and I realized I was passing out. As in, the only solution I could feel was at that point in time was that if I shout, and I was alone in the house, my husband would wake up in the morning and go to work. So I kept screaming and screaming until I had to call him. One day he came back and took me to the hospital, and they treated me, but they didn't tell me I reacted to the drug. You see, Nigerian hospital, they only gave me drugs and treated me, and I became okay. I left. So, and the attack was so much, I kept dreaming. So one day I'm going to share with you guys how I prophesied my late brother's death before he died. And the day I said something was going to happen was the day he died. I'm going to share with you guys, and several other things that if I say it comes to pass. I don't know. If I say it, it does happen. And it doesn't just happen that I wouldn't know. I would still pass the message to people around me that this thing is going to happen, and it will end up happening. Sometimes I ask myself, mostly if they are the negative ones, I ask myself, God, didn't I pray? But that's the story for another day. So the attack was on me, and I kept getting ministrations, messages that my life is at stake and stuff like that. Guys, please bear with me. This video, I don't know if it's going to be long, but I will try as much as possible to make it short. So, and I kept telling my husband, see the messages I'm getting, the attacks and stuff like that. The next thing that happened to me was that I think on the 4th week after my wedding, I was lying down on the bed around 1 a.m. Scorpion came. And guys, why I know that, or why I confirmed that it wasn't just ordinary, was that the place we were living then, there was nothing like, it was tarred. Left, right, front, back, everywhere was houses. How did Scorpion get into the compound, got into our flat, got into our bedroom, not just our bedroom, on top of our matrimonial bed, and stung me by 1 a.m. What was the plan? I screamed. The only thing I could remember I did that day was Jesus. The thing entered my brain, and I stood up. We started looking for what was it, and behold, we saw it was Scorpion, and we killed it. But I didn't like. If I knew, I could have caught it alive, put it in a bottle, and cover it. But I didn't do that. So one day, on that fateful day, my husband rushed me by that 1 a.m. to hospital. In fact, when we were going to security, he said, Scorpion by Scorpion. And they would say, no. So that was how I went to hospital. I got treated, and I came back. Just 4 weeks. Then the next thing that happened that same week was I fell ill again. I was sick, seriously sick. To the point I was asking myself, am I going to die? Am I going to die? What did I do? Have I offended anyone? Did I offend anyone coming into this marriage? I know why I'm saying this marriage, because I know the messages I was getting. So the next thing I had was I had to call one of my spiritual mothers then. I called her, I said, look at what I'm going through. She now told me that, you know, you have your own gifts. Or you go to this quotation. She gave me a quotation in the Bible. Pray, read about it. Do this, do that, sleep. Whatever you see that God ministers to you in the dream, that is exactly who is after you. And that is exactly what is going to happen if it hasn't happened already. And behold, that faithful Friday, that same day, on the 9th day of December 2011, that was just 1 month, 5 days after my wedding, 4 days after my wedding, I made that prayers. I lay down, I slept, and I was in the dream. Someone I know gave me poison, put poison in the food and served me in that dream. And unfortunately, in the dream, I ate it. And when I ate the food and I was throwing up, vomiting black things and stuff like that, and I was vomiting things, I was screaming, I'm dying, oh, someone help me. He came to me and told me that I should die, that he wants me dead. He came and told me and said, good for me, that what he wants is about to happen to his life, not to my life. I said, what have I done to you? You say you will not know, you want to challenge me. I was like, okay, I'm not challenging you physically, I've not quarreled with you, but if it's spiritual, I'm going to challenge you anyway. But that's by the way. And I woke up in the morning, my brothers and sisters. I shared this message with my husband. I told him, look at the dream I had and look at how it transpired, everything. And we were to attend a wedding that fateful day with my husband, and we attended that wedding. On reaching that venue, this same person that gave me food in the dream walked up to me to offer me seat to sit down. I was like, oh, God don't reveal, I'm already, aren't getting me. I just told him, don't worry, let me greet people, I want to say hi to people. I walked away. Before I could turn like this, as I was greeting people and I sat down with them, this guy brought food. He said, guy, brought food, rushed to me. He wasn't serving food. If he was serving food at the venue, me, I don't know. I've not had reason to. There is no way I would think that he will bring food for me. On what ground? We are not that close for you to, or you are not that a boy to serve me food. And he brought food and gave me. I told him, no, I'm eating. I ate. And I was very hungry. This thing was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I hadn't had my breakfast. I was so hungry. But I told him, no, I'm not eating. Thank you so much. That was how God saved me that one. After the, guys, I don't know, God so loved me. After that incident, the next day, being Sunday, he saw me in the church. He walked up to me. He said, I gave you food. You refused to take. Are you angry at me? I said, for what? I'm not angry. The next thing he said was that I should give him money. I said, hey, where am I getting the money from? I don't have money. He said I should give him that. There's money in my pocket, in my purse. I should give him money, even if it's 500. I said I don't have 500. He said 200. I said I don't have 200. He said 100. He called all the denominations and got to 5 naira. Even if it is 5 naira, I should give him. I said, unfortunately, I don't have any. If you want money, ask my husband. He will give me money. Do you know what he told me? No, he doesn't want money from my husband. That he wants money from me. Hey, me, Ada Jesus. Unfortunately, I told him, sorry, you aren't getting it. That was how I scaled through that drama. The next drama was a few days later. My people, you have to be spiritually alert. Listen to your heart. Listen, filter the carnal messages and the spiritual messages. Listen, tell yourself that God ministered to me, because God, as long as you have conscience, God reveals things to you. So, but the most important thing is being able to identify when God is speaking to you and when it's coming carnally, okay? So, 1 week after this particular incident of food, wedding and stuff like that, the next one was, I fell ill. I decided that, no, I'm not going to go to that hospital that gave me drug that I almost died. Let me go to another hospital. I went to another hospital, complained, and it was a gynecologist. So I was like, since I'm married, let me just register with a hospital that have a specialist. So behold, they gave me drug. That same wind drug that almost killed me. That same drug. And because this other hospital didn't tell me that I reacted to the drug, I went home peacefully, happily, taking my drug, and the same thing came back again. My husband is one of those men that, I don't know, I always tell him, his job, he's so dedicated to job before family. And that fateful day, I remember I was calling him. He said, give me 5 minutes and let me wrap up. Give me 5 minutes. I was dying in the house. He was still wrapping up. I called my mom. I said, Mom, please, oh, look at, I'm dying. If anything happened to me, you people should hold Simon. Because the only solution, like what happened to me before, was for me to scream. If I don't scream, I feel I was going. So I was screaming in the house and nobody was there to help me. So I had to like carry my purse, wear my slippers. I was walking into the street, and not just walking into the street and closing my mouth. I was shouting, "Hey, help me!" As in, I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm saying. If I felt that the feeling I was having is that if you don't shout, you will die. And I was shouting until I got to the edge of the street. That was when I saw my husband coming back. He now drove me back to the hospital, that same original hospital. That was where they now told me that I reacted to that particular drug. And since then, anytime I see wind, in fact, if I see AA, I flee, I fly like I had to go and borrow wings. So that was how God. But much later, I got a message that all those things were just spiritual attacks. And God saved me again in less than 2 months of my marriage. The third one, we like, okay, we have to pack out from this place. If they are coming to us in this, we now moved to another house. Behold, scorpion came again on the matrimonial bed. The only thing was that this time around it didn't sting me. I felt something was crawling on my body. I was asleep. Same time, 1 a.m. As I just did hand like this and stood up, looked at it, it was scorpion. Less than 2 months in marriage, all this whole thing and many more that I did not remember or I can't even share happened to my life. Was it not mercy that saved me? Mercy of God. Keep your hands clean. That is one thing with me. Keep your hands clean. Whatever you're doing in life, people will hate you. People will not like you. Mostly if you're vocal like me, I'm somebody that if you hurt me, I tell you straight up. Anything you do, I don't like concealing it. But immediately I say it out, it's gone. If you ask me in the next 3 hours, I can't even remember what happened. But that was how God saved my life 2 months after my marriage and several other things that happened. This is my story. The message is be spiritually alert, listen to your heart, check out when God is ministering to you. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this story time and you want more of such stories, because I have so many of them, please do let me know in the comment section. And at the same time, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and join this family. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload any video, you get notified. And at the same time, smash the like button for me. Okay? See you later. Mwah.